At around 19, 20 weeks, we found out that James had hydrocephalus. And we knew that he was going to need care, but we didn't know to the extent. We found out around 32 weeks that he had more extensive problems. We found out after he was born that he had a lot of other complications. Whenever we got to Vanderbilt, we had a VP shunt placed due for the hydrocephalus. We also were told that he has schizencephaly, aqueduct stenosis, and cleft lip and palate. We have to travel a lot due to those different issues, with us not, having the resources around here that he needs.
Hi, I'm Chloe, James's sister. James has lived a happy life. He just ignores what people think about him.
And I really think a lot of it has to do with Kari's Heart Foundation. So, having Kari's Heart Foundation help us get to Vanderbilt to get the care he needs is what has got him this far.
The OBs at home told us that there's no chance for anything. There was nothing that could be done. Pretty much I had the option to terminate or to carry to term and have comfort care and pretty much deliver a stillborn. We went to Agape, and they are the ones who actually told us about the infusions and stuff. We had another appointment after Agape with a high-risk OB in Johnson City, and he was like, we can refer you to Cincinnati. So we go to Cincinnati, and then he's like, as long as he has some kind of kidney tissue, then we are more than willing to try this out and see what happens. So that's why we've been going to Cincinnati since then. Getting on the anatomy scan earlier than normal. So he's had lived for a longer period of time than a lot of babies would in this situation. He's so active, and they say that, or they told me that that's a really good thing.
Even with the treatment that we're going through and everything, you kind of get to watch him grow up in a way inside her, because we have an ultrasound twice a week, so we get to see him twice a week. When we first learned about all this, they were really preparing us for the worst.
He's literally perfect besides his kidney. So staying in the hotels and then having the gas cards and stuff like that, the money, we wouldn't be able to do it without you all.
You all are literally making it possible for us to give the best care to our child.
So he has to be a certain weight and a certain height to be able to have the transplant. He'll be home around 6 months old. And that's just so we bring the dialysis machine home and he does dialysis overnight type of thing. He would live a normal life until the transplant.
And that was our main concern, just him being a normal functioning person and just go and experience life. And that was, my main concern. And it seems like should be able to do all of those things, so, and that's the most reassuring and best part about it.
We first found out when Caden was sick. We thought he had COVID. It was when COVID was going around, and called an ambulance to come and get him, and they took him to the hospital, and they didn't know what was going on, but they thought he was bleeding internally because his hemoglobin was so low. So they did a lot of testing and found out that he had aplastic anemia and a PNH clone, 90%, which was killing all of his cells. So they immediately referred him to the St. Jude's Clinic at Niswangers, and then from there, we were having a little bit trouble with rides and things, so they reached out and said that they could contact us with Kari's Heart, and they're willing to give him rides. Yeah, he got a bone marrow donor. It was going great, and then he started getting a cough. They checked him, and he had a fungal infection. So they're like, oh, well, his counts are just dropping dramatically. We need to do another donation. They asked us to bring our middle son in, Colton, and do another donation. So Colton came in, donated bone marrow cells for Caden, and he received another transfusion at the end of April. And from there, he kept the fungal infection. It never decreased. His body just wasn't able to fight it off. We believe that's what happened.
He was getting better though.
Yeah.
They let him come home on the home pass. We got to go to the baseball game, and then that's when
The day
he passed away.
When we switched pediatricians for him, they put that stethoscope to his chest to listen to his heart, and within 5 seconds he looks at us, he goes, "You realize he's got a heart murmur, right?" They were trying to hold off till he was 5 to do the surgery. But at 3, they were like, no, we need to go ahead and just do it.
Yeah, he acts like nothing happened. Sometimes he'll just randomly out of nowhere in public pull his shirt up to show off his scar.
It hasn't slowed him down any. He's supposed to have certain limitations, but he doesn't let anything stop him. He just keeps going and going. Yeah, y'all have helped us tremendously from the start to the end of it. You know, one of the things we were stressing about is the financial situation, and when we got to Nashville to Vanderbilt for the surgery, where were we going to stay? Y'all helped us tremendously with that. Helped us with some of the items, for him during his stay and for after his stay. Y'all have done so much for us. Anybody who wants to donate, I do it.
And we didn't know that anything was wrong with Samson until he was about 4, and he had this huge swollen belly. And then he would just stop eating, and we went to the doctors here, and they said, he's normal, all kids go through bouts of constipation. We went through that for about 2 years of constantly having a little swollen belly. We were recommended to go to Cincinnati, and in Cincinnati we found out that his intestines just don't work properly. And through that we found some other issues in Cincinnati as well. We're up to 7 specialists we see now in Cincinnati, and just you guys have been such a blessing to us, because it does get expensive traveling to Cincinnati. And we have such a great quality of life that we didn't have a few years ago, but we still we have those ups and those downs. We have the trips to make sure we're still growing, we're still on track. Kari's Heart Foundation does so much for kids and their families that have to travel out of our area for medical care. They give us little goodie bags, and what do the goodie bags help with?
Cheering me up.
Yeah, they cheer you up when we have to go through those doctor's visits, don't they?
Inspired by one.
Inspired by one.
Inspired by one.
Inspired by one.
To benefit many.
To benefit many.
To benefit many.
To benefit many.
To benefit many.